Hi folks, Randy from Dream Hammock here. Today I'd like to share with you a DIY project that you can complete in your own home, anodizing your titanium hammock hardware. So let's get started. Okay, let me go over the materials you'll need for this project. First of all, today we're going to be anodizing some of the hammock fan anchors. There is a sample one that I just did so that I don't look like a doofus on the camera. Some of these other ones I've anodized several times over and over in demos and so forth, and I've etched them back. That's why they're fairly dull. Your colors on a brand new hammock fan anchor available from Button a Sling Hammock Gear. They're going to have much nicer surface prep. Now, our power source is going to be 4 9-volt batteries that I've got here. Our vessel for the anodizing will be this little piece of Tupperware that I've got. The anode, is it anode or cathode? I'll have to look that up. Anyway, is a chunk of stainless steel. I borrowed this from Deanna's kitchen cabinet. As soon as I'm done, I'm going to wash it up and sneak it back up before she realized that I took it. The solution that we're going to anodize with is distilled white vinegar. When we're done, obviously you don't want to make pickles with this stuff after you've had dipped your hardware in it, but it's perfectly suitable for dumping in the yard, dumping on the garden, or throwing in a container and mark it cleaning vinegar or something like that. No hazardous chemicals. Nothing like that. So, any case, also my leads, I just took a couple of chunks of wire that I had laying around, and the alligator clips cost me, I think, $2 or something. You're supposed to pretend that that is black. It's actually yellow. You're also supposed to pretend that this one is red. So in any case, the only other thing that I've got here is this little piece of plastic thing we bought at a craft store. I think it's $1 or $1.50 for like an 8.5 by 11 sheet. And I'll show you how that's used in a little bit here. Okay, let's get started. The first thing I want to do is throw my little plastic piece in there in my Tupperware container. Basically all this does is it keeps the negative lead, the titanium that I dip in here, keeps it from coming in contact with the positive lead to the negative lead. Obviously you don't want those to touch. That's not a cool thing. So I want to take my distilled white vinegar and just throw a little bit in there. My power source. Today I'm going to be using 4 9-volt batteries. I simply take the positive side and I hook it to the negative side. And I continue doing that until I have 4 hooked up together. Now that'll give me 36 volts. Now if I look over here, positive goes there, negative goes there. So I simply take my negative wire, which my pretend black wire, hook it right up to the terminal there, hook this on my piece of stainless steel. I do want to say that there should be nothing ever go inside of your solution except for stainless steel and titanium. Okay, I'm going to hook my red wire up to the positive side of my batteries here. Where is my little wire that I had? I can't find my little wire. There it is. I'm sorry. One of the things that I forgot to say was that I've got this little titanium wire, and that keeps all of the alligator clips out of the solution. If you don't have that, there may be a situation where you can actually clip your alligator clip onto one of the hammock fan anchors and dip like that so that the solution doesn't come up to the alligator clip itself. Once you're done, you can reverse that process. I happen to have a titanium wire sitting here, so I'm going to use it. I'm going to take one of my anchors and I'm going to put on there. Also, these have been scrubbed and washed. Wash my hands. You really don't want to get greasy fingerprints on and so forth. But basically, let me flip the light on here and it'll get a little darker in the camera. And let me just dip that down there. That's now turning into a nice bronze. Now it's going purpley into a nice blue. Very nice. That took, I don't know, what was that, 15 seconds or what have you. Take that off. Wipe it off slightly. There you go. There's another one done. Okay, we're going to get a little closer. We're going to get a little closer. We're going to try a couple more so that you can see that change that takes place. Okay, we're going to try one very close up so that you can see that cool color change as I begin to dip it. So keep an eye on the titanium piece. We go in and you can see that it's starting to get it goes from a bronze into a bluish shade, into a purple, and then a little farther into a medium blue. Let's bring that up and show that in the light. So that's what you end up with, something like that. Let's throw it over here. Now we don't have a lot of consistency in color because of the differences in surface prep of the pieces itself. The time that we left it in the solution, that varies a little bit. When you buy, like I say, when you buy these from Button to Sling, they're going to be shiny, they're going to be real reflective, and you're going to get consistent color. That's more of a purpley blue, and that's more of a medium blue. But if they were all the same, let me try one of these. Let me try this one right here. Okay, let's dip that in and see what we get. Right away you can see the bronze, you can see the purpley blue, and now you can see it starting to go into a medium blue, although this one is kind of stuck at purpley blue. Let's leave it for a little bit. Now it's slowly changing. It is changing, but it's very slow at this point. And that's been what, 20 seconds? I don't know. Now let's take a look at the color difference on this one. It's a little lighter, a little more medium blue. Now, the one thing that I have not covered in this video that is very important, and let me just say it right now, wear your rubber gloves. Don't do what I do. Yes, you're only talking about 36 volts, but folks, it's electric and water. So don't end up hurting yourself. Let's try another one. I'm going to keep it right over here. And down we go. Immediately, I'm going to pull it right out. Immediately, see, we got kind of a dark bronze. I'm going to go just a little bit more. Now you see it started to turn purpley. Still kind of a purple blue. If I leave it in there a little bit longer, it's going to go into, now if I had another battery or two, it does take some experimentation, but going just slightly higher voltage and enough time, this would start to go into more of a teal blue. First a gunmetal blue, then kind of a teal blue. There are tons and tons of colors. The blue is a very popular outdoor color because when you drop it in the leaves, you can yeah, that's not It's not too bad. So there's a few that are colored. You can compare them with some of the other ones. So in any case, good luck in your projects. I hope this works out for you. And by all means, comment on the video. Let me know. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you very much. And again, I'm Randy Smith from Dream Hammock. Thanks.